knots. 100 knots to eject.
That's a nice rejected takeoff. That's a nice one. Yeah. Nice and gentle. Have you guys ever noticed that cabin crew on takeoff will look at you quite blankly? They stare off into the distance and you think they're seriously not with us. What they're actually doing, we do a thing called a silent review. So prior to any takeoff and prior to landing, the crew are reviewing a procedure in their head to what if this scenario happens? Am I flying over water? Is there... And that is what the crew are doing in a crew seat. So if you ever see that, they're actually not being rude. They're trained to do it.
Actually, it's good.
Yeah, it is a good thing. If they're chatting to you, now you know the inside scoop. You can say, do we need to be doing a review right now? And see what they do to you.
That's right. No service during the entire flight.
Correct. Or last out if you happens.
They all do that at the same time, do they?
What's that?
The review?
Yes, yes. So it's been proven by regulators worldwide. It's a bit of a key to, if you're mentally prepped, you'll go straight into a motion. If you're not, then you have to think about it. So we're now going to take off again. And you'll see them sit a particular way too. So if you're seeing cabin crew sit like this on takeoff, so they do sit with both feet planted slightly apart, and that is our prep for a brace position, because ours is different to yours. Yeah. Head back, yeah. As you can see from the window, they've got a nice overview. I'm not sure what we're flying over. There we go.
Landing at 40,000 feet.
So it's quick.
So you can simulate heavy turbulence on this as well. Yeah. I don't want to do it. No.
We do that for the Airbus and the Boeing people.
Yeah.
It's
Night
all
flight,
pilot.
preparation.
So clearly we've got a technical issue. It's the problem with the aircraft. I will be doing a command for you, but it will be a universal command, clearly, to the Emirates. But similar. Most airlines have a command. Very similar. We just don't like to share those things until you hear it.
A neighbor.
Behind or in front. Now we do this on purpose so that the crew see that you have to get your mask from somewhere else. This does happen. As you can see, there is a slight amount of smoke. In a decompression, this is exactly what would happen. You would get misting through the cabin. Hot items would boil over. Depending upon this type of decompression, if it was a door, you would have papers flying, so it wouldn't be a nice experience, yeah? The aircraft gets down to a level that levels out where we can all breathe unassisted. That happens within seconds. So as we've seen with the Helios incident, it clearly travelled around and everyone was asleep. Unfortunately pass away from hypoxia is probably one of the nicer deaths because you go to sleep. That's the positive. What you do, you have to, as I said, at 45,000 feet, 2 to 3 seconds to get oxygen on before these effects take place. So as you can imagine, this stuff is crucial. So if you didn't have a mask, if you were standing somewhere, now over crew you'll always have a couple, so I would be sharing that. If I was sitting in front of you, I would have flung that over to you to put on. Or this is where if you knew that your
We are
life
flying
was
currently at 10,000 feet. Oxygen is no longer needed. You can remove your oxygen masks. Thank you.
Makes sense. So clearly, you would find that mask rapidly. So you would lean across and grab a mask. Most aircraft, if there's 4, there's normally 5 that drop. If there's 3 seats, there's 4 that drop. So there's always that spare. Plus near us, there's also another spare. Yeah. And the key to this would be if all of them were taken, you may ask the person nicely beside you to share theirs, if you don't mind. Yeah. So now what we're going to go into for you is a ditching. A ditching is a controlled landing on water. That's what the pilots will tell you. As we saw from the Hudson River, it is possible. Yep, it is possible. Pilots are trained though. We just actually managed to see some pilots with the last group of guys, so they were talking. They are trained to put this aircraft down on water in a simulator. Because they look at the waves, they look at the wind, there's ways and means. I always like to say that it's going to turn out good. Yeah. So that's what we'll go into now. So this is a scenario that could happen. There's nowhere to land. We've got a hole in the aircraft. That's why we had the decompression. The decompression we just did.
2,000 feet, guys. We are facing some technical problems. We are looking for a landing strip to land this bird, but there isn't any, so we have to land on the water. 12,000 feet to landing.
That's what they would do the announcement,
Because
for everyone. If so.
I need to know.
1,000.
He will tell me to call brace fairly soon. So,
Passenger and crew must brace at this moment.
I would start going, brace! 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 Heads down! Stay down! 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 And once everybody conformed, I could stop yelling. Now, if you look to the left-hand side of the aircraft, you will see bubbles. So, what we train in this type of event, you would find your cabin crew would stand up. They would be they'd probably be telling you to move so they can see, and they are now assessing where are we getting out. I would be going, well, I'm certainly not getting out this side, so we'd be going this side. My flight crew would be doing exactly the same thing. 9 times out of 10 in a ditching, an aircraft will list one way or the other. Yeah. It also will sit depending upon the aircraft, nose heavy or tail happened to you. Clearly the impact onto the water might be a little rough than that. Yeah. But our crew are trained to yell at you. As I said, I would be saying that until I saw all heads down. I'm probably a crew member who would have kept saying that. Only because I believe if you can hear people, you feel a bit safer. Yeah. So all our crew are trained to do that. Once I was up out of my seat, I'd be yelling at you again to tell you to do certain things I need you to conform to. If this was a blocked, what we would call a blocked exit, if there was water and you tried to come my way, the wrath of Kellie would come out, probably. In the event of an emergency, yeah. Because I wouldn't want you out there because if we open that's going to probably drown all of us, yeah.
Do all the crew decide individually where you're going to get out? Or does somebody...
Someone, you are responsible for this door. As a crew member sitting here, I am responsible for this door. If I saw water and opened that and we all drowned, I'd probably be accountable, but I'd be dead. Yep. So every crew member is responsible for a particular door. However, the flight crew are the ones who advise us. But worst case scenario, they've just stitched it nose in. They're not with us anymore. Unfortunately, well then we go into a mode, it goes ranking, so the purser, but we are all assessing, that is what we're trained to do, just in case my colleague has fainted, shock, or, yeah. So we are all trained to assess that.
So what measures can you take? So you've got this door that's underwater and you've got panicked passengers running at you trying to open that door.
Yeah. I would be, and we teach crew to block a door, so I would have a certain stance about me and I would be yelling at you to go across, go back, go forward. We train them with different commands and they become, and you know, you see these beautiful girls and boys on these aircraft and they're all, when it kind of goes the other way, they are very assertive because assertion is part of their training. They must be assertive because you can't not have them assertive in the event of an emergency. You guys are all looking for an answer. Who's going to help me here? So the more that we have them assertive and the more they're telling you, you just do it. Human nature. You're being told to do something. There will be one or two, and it has been seen with incidents. People try and get out those doors and aggression starts. Yeah. So anyway, so now we'll actually, I think we're time limited unfortunately, so we will go out and to the A380 simulator. If you just follow Ezadine.